Hey squad, this is Genius here. I got clothes in between the washer and the dryer, and so it's actually quiet enough for me to do a recording. What I want to offer is a way for you to make some open source contributions that, employers look positively at open source contributions that people have. It kind of shows their workflow, it shows their willingness to contribute and go the extra mile. And for the sake of our class, I think one of the best things you could do to make a simple open source contribution is to contribute to this Trilobytes WebSocket based trivia game. And one way you can do that simply to add value to this for yourselves and for future cohorts, but also for your classmates who also want to review things with you, is to add questions to the question bank that feeds this game. Also, code contributions would also be welcome, but I want to talk you through like the very simplest thing you can do, which is basically add a question to this. And I'll talk you through right now for the next few minutes what that would look like and how to run it locally and any tricks about that. All right, so let's begin. You're going to go to this, you're going to clone this, and you'll have done an npm install. And then let's do an npm start. And it obviously connects to Mongo. And so you want your MongoD running. And it should come up with this server on port 3001. And then any questions in that question JSON should be inserted into the Mongo database. So at this point, take a look at your Mongo and see if you have got a bunch of questions in there. You should. It should be under Trilobytes. The games collection, let's see, we'll have one game when you run this, and then the questions collection will have all of the questions that are going to be asked during that game. So if you got this far, you're in good shape, and we should take a look at the process of running a game. So localhost 3000 is the student screen. Localhost 3000 remote is the moderator screen. It sees that Genius is signed on and it says thank you Genius. Locally you won't be able to actually do a login with GitHub, so I'm going to show you how to fake that login in just a second. So you'll be logged in, and then the moderator can go next question, and this is really just a demo question. Let's just take a stab at it and reveal the answer. And okay, fine, maybe we should delete this question because it's so silly. But then the moderator goes to the next question. And if you got this stuff working, then you're actually, doing pretty well. Your Mongo will find that the game gets updated. It has responses as they come in. So Bootstrap is a CSS framework. That's going to actually show up in your database as a choice made by a username at a certain date. So all of this is going to be saved on every change. Take a look at how that's done. It's maybe a little bit different than you might have expected in this project than in the Mongoose stuff that we went through, but it does use Mongoose to accomplish this. It just also uses Redux. So different kind of database update strategy. But at the end of the day, responses are saved, and then when we go to the next question, the next question appears in the round. So those are the moving parts you're going to have locally. Let's actually stop this and let's go through. I've already written a new question, and so basically the git diff here is I've added a new question asking which is the superior animal, cats or dogs, and I've put my highly biased answer in there. So that question is in our questions JSON. We'll maybe commit it, or maybe after we test it we'll commit it. We just have to start up the server, and we'll notice that it gets added to our database. There's some logging indicating that it got added to the database. We'll see it here. We'll see it here, not in games, but in questions. There it goes, cats or dogs, cats. And as far as the game goes, we'll have to go through the first question again and it's not even required anybody answers here. So we'll go to the next question, and there we see cats or dogs. If we choose the wrong answer, it's then revealed, no, the answer was cats. All right, so that's what's involved in testing our question and just basically going through a round of the app. Now, we'll shut down the server here. And at this point, you could just make a commit where you say new question and blah, blah, blah. There's actually an issue number, which I would love you to reference. It's this one, issue 48, contributing questions to the question bank. So if you make a commit that contains either on this first line or on a following line, issue number 48, then when you push your pull request and send me the pull request, it'll be linked under this issue, and I'll be able to see exactly which question you're proposing. So I would say contribute 3 at a time. Like if we only have one CSS question in there, that's not such a good review. So if you're going to take the time to add 1, go ahead and take the time to add 3. And I think that would be of great service to your other classmates. You could work together on them. And if you're really ambitious, I do have ideas for code changes to this project. Clearly, the UI could be cleaned up, but above that, there's a bunch of things about persistence that anyone who fancies themselves a back-end person, I'd love to get these responses persisted better than they are. So a lot to do in this, but again, just simply submitting questions would be really, really awesome. It'll be of use in this cohort in the kind of post-graduation period. It'll be useful to future cohorts, and it'll just be a little additional open source contribution to feature in your profile. So I'd love to enable that for y'all, and hope you're having a great post-graduation time. Take care.